So it's good afternoon, match time at Home Park, where Plymouth Argyle take on the form team in the second division, Luton Town. Neil Warnock would have been relieved to get a win under his belt on Tuesday night when the Pilgrims beat a disappointing Gillingham side 2-0. Michael Evans scored his second goal in as many games, whilst Neil Illman scored his first goal ever in professional football. Those goals were a rare sight. It was only the second game since the beginning of September that Argyle have found the back of the net in a home match. Perhaps now Evans and Illman will have secured the confidence to finish more of the chances that have come their way. As for Lenny Lawrence's Luton Town, well, they're certainly the form team in the second division with an unbeaten run of 11 matches, including 3 Coca-Cola Cup matches in which they beat Derby over 2 legs and drew with one of the Premiership front-runners, Wimbledon. Luton will be aiming for promotion as quickly as possible after being relegated from the First Division last season. Indeed, it was only a few years back that Luton were playing regular top-flight football and winning national cup competitions. Who could forget Luton's dramatic League Cup win against Arsenal in 1988, for example? Let's look at today's teams then. As expected, Argyle name an unchanged side, which beat Gillingham on Tuesday. Adrian Littlejohn is still out, although Chris Leadbitter returns as substitute after injury. Argyle's team in full then is number 1, Bruce Grobbelaar, 2, Chris Billy, 3, Paul Williams, 4, Ronnie Morget, 5, Mick Heathcote, 6, Tony James, 7, Michael Simpson, 8, Chris Curran, 9, Neil Illman, 10, Michael Evans, and 11, Martin Barlow. And for substitutes are Chris Leadbitter, the youngster Lee Phillips, and Jason Rowbottom. As for Luton, well, David Oldfield is still out. He has a hamstring problem, but Steve Davis has recovered from a calf strain to come in at number 5. Argyle fans will be disappointed that their former hero Dwight Marshall doesn't play for Luton today. The skillful 31-year-old broke his leg in February, and although he doesn't play today, thankfully he should be fit enough to return in a few weeks' time. Luton's side in full then is number 1, Ian Fure, 2, Julian James, 3, Mitchell Thomas, 4, Gary Waddock, 5, Steve Davis, 6, Marvin Johnson, 7, Kerry Hughes, 8, Graham Alexander, 9, Stuart Douglas, 10, Tony Thorpe, and 11, Paul Schowler. And the substitutes are Boncho Gentchev, Paul McLaren, and Kim Grant. Your referee this afternoon is Mr. Alan Wiley from Burntwood. He's a police officer married with 2 daughters. And the referee's assistants are Mr. B. Ingram and Mr. L.C. Loans. Well, it's an absolutely miserable day at Home Park. The rain's been lashing down for several hours. But the result against Gillingham on Tuesday night will have given Argyle a glimmer of sunshine. And one just wonders if that performance, which was absolutely brilliant, Argyle were the only team in the game, could have scored 4 or 5 goals that evening. I wonder today if they can carry on the good form or whether that game was just a one-off. Their form this season has been a bit disappointing. But that game against Gillingham showed that Argyle perhaps are just about to get on the right tracks. And I wonder if Luton, one of the form teams in the division, can be broken down this afternoon. It's certainly a big test for the Pilgrims, but don't come much tougher than Lenny Lawrence's team. So Alan Wiley's about to kick off this afternoon's game. Neil Illman and Ronnie Morget standing over the ball, and we're underway. That's Mick Heathcote early on. Challenged by Hughes, but he gets the ball forward to Evans. Evans, Mitchell Thomas with the challenge. And that was Thomas and Schowler with a bit of one-touch football. Heathcote, though, earns possession, immediately gives it away. But Barlow doing well to cause Kerry Hughes a few problems and decide a throw-in. No Richard Logan, the long throw-in specialist in the side. He's out for a couple of weeks. Hopefully he'll be fit for the Fulham game, so Tony James will take this throw-in. Aiming for Evans. Misses Evans, but it comes off the head of Mitchell Thomas. Early pressure from Argyle. It's the first corner of the game. And Neil Illman against Gillingham. His corners were absolutely tremendous, causing the goalkeeper all sorts of problems. Swung in. The pace and precision of Illman's corners, they were swung in right across the goal line. I wonder if he can get the same type of kick on this afternoon. That was an easy header for Alexander, but it goes straight back to Alexander. Illman's cross. Thomas away. And a bit of a test here for Chris Curran. Back to the goalkeeper, Bruce Gobbler. What a nice little flick to Paul Williams. Williams on that left-hand side. Searching for Morget. Morget finally gets the ball, then promptly loses out. Curran. It was nice on Tuesday for the off-the-field problems at home park to be forgotten. Argyle doing all their talking on the pitch. Makes a nice change. This is Martin Barlow. Forward by Heathcote, donning the captain's armband. Slice there. And then an unlucky rebound. Julian James, the unlucky man. Illman showing lots of enthusiasm, which has been a feature of his play this season. His first full season in professional football. Forward by Curran, a rather hopeful pass. Simpson had an impressive month at Park since joining on loan from Notts County. That's Chris Curran with some nice defensive work. Paul Williams in there. The linesman's flag is in favour of Luton. Julian James, former England under-21 international, with a throw-in. Well, Thorpe kept that in play, straight into the arms of Bruce Gobbler. Paul Williams is a bit asleep for a moment, didn't realise the pass was being made to him until the Mayflower end made him make sure he knew what was going on. I don't think for a moment he did. Gobbler couldn't pick it up, the ball was outside the area. But it turned out to be a nice pass to Curran. Heathcote. Can Heathcote keep possession? No, he can't. That was Gary Waddock. But straight to Morget. Tony James. Signed from Hereford United a couple of months ago. Made a very instant impression in front of the Argyle fans. Can Evans get this ball? Evans does well. He's faced by Steve Davis, gives the ball to Barlow. Barlow's cross, Morget. It came off Morget last, goal kick. But Argyle, it seems, carrying on the good work from Tuesday night. Some early pressure. They've had a couple of corners and then Morget with the first real effort on goal. Ian Fior, I hope I pronounced it right, with this goal kick. Tony James got to the ball first, then Barlow. Barlow. And, well, the flag stops Illman in his tracks. Looked a very tight decision, could only mean a couple of inches in that, if anything. And Tony Thorpe, the linesman's flag stays down, but the efforts of Curran was enough to put Thorpe off. But that could have been more dangerous. The shot takes a deflection, that's Alexander. Great play of Argyle, doing some good defensive work. And then Paul Williams joining him. Julian James. Throw in for Luton. James. Heathcote. Only to Thorpe. Long appeals for handball, especially from the Luton faithful. But according to the referee, it was a legitimate block from Heathcote. I'll get it right eventually. Corner kick to Luton, their first of the game. If it did hit Heathcote's hand, he would have known nothing about it. Alexander. First time cross from James. Morget has to head it away for another corner. And now it's Argyle's turn to do a bit of defending. Graham Alexander will take this corner kick. Well, all sorts of strange goings on. Evans only half away. Julian James can't control it. That's Waddock. Easily recognisable by his ginger hair. And this time Thorpe is offside, unlike a few moments ago. In fact, it was Forbes' break that caused all the problems about 2 minutes ago. But now are going to have a welcome respite. The bookmakers make Luton favourites this afternoon 5-4, Argyle 7-4, and the longest odds go for a draw 9-4. And who can blame the bookmakers? Luton have certainly been on form. Their last game they drew with their local rivals Watford 1-1. Well, falling to the ground was Douglas. Late challenge from Heathcote. Stuart Douglas has a chance to shine this afternoon. Quickly taken. Came off Chris Billy, one of his first touches of the game. Kerry Hughes doesn't want to take the throw in. Looks like Thomas does. Thorpe. Goal kick. Thorpe was the last player to touch that ball. So on a gloomy day, Bruce Grobbelaar's bright yellow jersey lightening up proceedings. I think Grobbelaar has a goalkeeper shirt for every game. Clear handball, referee though says play on. Alexander can only find Billy. Luton regain possession, not for long. I think the rain's just starting to slow down a bit. Certainly going to add a bit of pace onto the ball this afternoon. And if a particular player's got a bit of pace, he'll certainly favour his chances bursting through on goal. Douglas outpacing Curran, but Curran does well to get a foot to the ball. Can he keep the ball in play? No, he can't. Luton have another corner kick. So obviously the corner taker for Luton is Graham Alexander. They play in either midfield or defence, and his corner kick is obviously another strong point. Driven in low. They all miss it. Grobbelaar got a hand to it, but he couldn't keep the ball out of the back of the net. And Luton have scored the first goal of the game. 9 minutes into the game. A dreadful start for Plymouth. I think it was Graham Alexander who got the last touch. Grobbelaar made a desperate attempt to palm the ball away. He couldn't do so. So those Luton fans absolutely soaking wet will put that to the back of their minds for now, because their team have started the season so well are now a goal up. And about 5 minutes of pressure as well. It had been coming. This is Julian James. Body check by Chris Curran. And now we're about to see how strong Luton are on set pieces. Are we about to see a move created from the training ground? They're all standing over the ball. They've got about 4 options here, it seems. Lots of running around in that penalty area. Graham Alexander. Driven low, driven wide. Bit of a conference going on between Warnock and a few of his players. Obviously not being done, not doing what they've been told to do. Morshey got a flick to that. Came off Williams last. The adjusting down he got from Neil Warnock, obviously doing the trick. Waddock takes it quickly. W. Mitchell Thomas appreciated that to its full. Ball. And Luton certainly on top of the moment. Waddock. Heathcote forward. And Ian Fuhr forced to kick the ball away. The offside flag is up. Now can Argyle reorganise and get back on top? They started the game so brightly, had a couple of corners. Got a chance for Morget, but since then Luton have come more and more into the game and are now a goal up. James. Evans, first touch, Simpson. Simpson shoots. Simpson trying to lay it off to Morget. The offside flag hasn't come up. Argyle can play on. Barlow. Barlow. Illman falls. Now what's the referee given here? I think he's given a free hit to Argyle, which is, if it's right, is a bit of a disappointing decision, because Argyle would have liked the advantage for Illman because he fell in the penalty area, and if play hadn't been stopped we could have had a penalty on our hands. As it is, all Argyle get is a free kick from the situation. I'm not sure if it was a penalty. Illman certainly fell to the ground, but all they have from this is a free kick. They have Morget to the right, Evans, James and Heathcote in the penalty area, or they could have a shot at goal. Illman shoots, blocked by Kerry Hughes. And now Argyle have conceded a free kick, and the danger's over for now. Thomas. Forward by James, flicked on by Evans. Illman. Barlow. Well, Douglas remains onside. James has to play it back to Grobbelaar. Heathcote to Williams. Williams stopped in his tracks. Argyle throw in. Disappointed throw in. Referee quite lightly playing on despite the fact that Douglas was offside. Thomas. Here's Kerry Hughes. Four. But straight to Morget. Now can Argyle build something? Chris Billy. Waddock. Evans almost through. Heathcote chests it down. Pumps the ball forward. Well, the ball goes into the back of the net. But the offside flag was out way before. And again, the linesman's flag causing a bit of disappointment amongst the Argyle fans. Luton have a chance to form an attack. The referee gives a corner. It's Luton's game so far. Surprise, surprise, Graham Alexander's going to take it again. It's a long-range shot, never going to trouble Grobbler. At the moment, the Gillingham game's all in the past. Forward, Simpson. James, though, intercepts it well. And Luton more than in control at the moment. Thomas's ball straight to James. Dispossessed by Douglas. I think James was a bit heavy-handed. And the referee, Alan Wilder, will want to speak to James about this. And it looks like the book's going to come out. With James. I think he's about to earn himself a yellow card. So Douglas now has the bonus over his marker. Can cause him a few problems because he knows if James commits another serious foul, he's off. Free kick swung in. Searching for the head of Davis, only finds Heathcote. Morget. Not sure what Morget was trying to do. What is about though is that Luton have their 5th corner of the game. The first 18 minutes have been Luton. Alexander then. And the header across the face of the goal, Stuart Douglas. And that was inches away from being Luton 2-0 up. Lost his marker, had a completely free header, and the header for just a split second looked like it was going into the back of the net, and Bruce Grobbler must be the most relieved man in the ground. Williams. Alexander to Thorpe. What it forward. Some wonderful football being played by Luton. This time there was just too much pace on the ball, and the applause that Luton fans give their team is more than justified. Grobbler pumps the ball forward. Can Morget win this in the air? He can. Fails to find an Argyle shirt though. This is Mitchell Thomas. Grobbler collects it more than comfortably. The bounce deceives Morget. Thorpe. Chris Billy, not been in the game much so far. Bit of an uncomfortable tackle there. Kerry Hughes the offender, and I wonder if Hughes is going to become the second booking of the game. Chris Billy was certainly fouled. I think all Hughes is going to earn is a good talking to. Don't do that again, son. James forward. Simpson. Morget. Curran. Waddock forward. This is Tony Thorpe. Grobbler decides to stay on his goal line. Thorpe has Douglas in there. Took too much time. Heathcote did well to recover. And at the moment there's just one team in this game. Graham Alexander's should be employed just to take corners, it seems. Swung in. Grobbler leaves it for his defence to handle. Illman. Well, Illman hoping that Barlow can get on the end of this. Marvin Johnson not dealing with adequately enough. Barlow's head is poor. Simpson inches away from getting his foot to that. Misplaced pass. This is Thorpe. Heathcote. Williams. Morget. Morget back to his keeper. Plymouth Argyle 0, Luton 1. 22 minutes of this second division fixture being played so far. James. Illman. Evans is currently in an offside position. Williams isn't. Williams keeps possession. Simpson. Morget. Simpson. Good ball to Paul Williams. Paul Williams' cross. And Argyle, a fine attack, ruined by the final ball from Paul Williams, but at least they're getting in the right positions, and that will please the Argyle fans to some extent. Billy. Well, when he finally takes it, it's a throw into Luton. Ball into the danger area, Grobbler, simple. Can James deal with it? Yes, he can. He'll let it just to Simpson. Took a deflection off a Luton player, it seemed. But again, the officials disagree with the Argyle faithful. Well, Luton can break again. This is Thorpe. Thorpe loses Curran rather easily. Thorpe's cross, header, and Argyle saved by the flag of the referee's assistant. But that was again dangerous. Thorpe managed to get past Curran with a bit of ease as well, it has to be said. But when his pass finally came in, it was offside, and that'll be a major relief for the defence. Grobbler pumps the ball forward. Looking for options. Thorpe. Alexander. Illman. Evans would have loved a through ball early on. Didn't happen. In fact, nothing happened in the end because Illman lost possession. Kerry Hughes against his opposite, number 7, Simpson. Hughes seems to be winning this battle. But Simpson with some good covering back. Or so it seemed. But again, the referee blowing his whistle. "25 minutes. And Luton again have a chance to punish Argyle. Driven in low. One for Grobbler to deal with. He didn't get a touch first time. It's a corner kick in the end. And Argyle in major trouble now. Lots of confusion in defence. It seemed a harmless free kick, but Argyle made problems out of it when perhaps it needn't have been. Grobbler comes for it, and this time the referee whistles in his favour. Evans nudged in the back, free kick to Argyle again. Chris Curran's going to take it. Curran has plenty of options in there. Chips it into the penalty area. Disappointing effort. And then Luton get rid of the ball rather needlessly. And then Bruce follows suit. Not one to be outshined, obviously. Four. Falls to the ground rather dramatically. Here's Mick Heathcote, donning the captain's armband to Paul Williams. Williams forward. Morshey. Can Evans get ahead of the defender? Evans shoots! Well, must have taken a deflection. Argyle have received a corner, but that's Argyle's best chance of the whole game. Evans showed tremendous strength to get ahead of his defender, and when he shot, it went just wide of Ian Fuell's right-hand post. Barlow with a corner. Well, James gets ahead to it, but it's the wrong way. Luton, great play there by Chris Curran. That's a lot of brave play by Curran, and the pressure continues. Well, Michael Evans is showing the best form of certainly this season, at the current stage of the season. 2 goals in 2 games. Wonder if he can make it third time lucky this afternoon. Certainly the old Michael Evans, classic Michael Evans play when he managed to beat his defender just then and almost tuck the ball into the back of the net. Neil Illman's going to take this free kick. He's got so many bodies to aim for. Driven in low, straight to a Luton defender. Evans got a chest to it. Illman almost got a foot to it. James. Played the ball straight to Douglas. And now Luton can break. Waddock. To Hughes. Barlow, that's better. Barlow to Illman. Illman finding Michael Simpson. Evans. Out wide, Martin Barlow. Barlow's cross. Straight to the head of Marvin Johnson. Evans is still in there. Barlow can reach him. Morget. Shot by Illman. He gets up straight away. Brought down in the penalty area. The referee says play on. Could have been a penalty. Well, that's the second time in this game Illman's been brought down in the penalty area. Both times the referee's just giving him a shake of the head. Play on. Perhaps Argyle's best spell of the game. Evans. Illman making a nuisance of himself. Simpson. Good ball there to Paul Williams, but he can't keep the ball in play. But rightly, Argyle get the applause that their play deserves. Curran slips and still manages to get ahead to it. Well played. Grobbler chooses to come for this ball. And then goes round Douglas with considerable ease. And then finds Illman. Neil Illman running at goal. Michael Evans out wide on that left-hand side. Still Evans. Evans crosses it in. Morshey! It's a goal for Plymouth Argyle. Beautifully carved out, finished by Ronnie Morshey. Neil Illman played the ball out to Michael Evans, and what a beautiful pass by Evans to find the head of Ronnie Morshey. And after 32 minutes, it's Plymouth Argyle 1, Luton 1. Well, Argyle have had their first real spell of pressure for the last 10 minutes and it's finished off with a goal. Argyle deserve it for their persistence, and Ronnie Morshey scores a goal-scoring hero from Wembley, of course, but straight away at the other end, Luton, it's the old rule, of course, teams most vulnerable when they've just scored. Paul Charlotte was through, tried to lob Grobbler, and suddenly it's all happening. Ronnie Morshey scores his second goal of the season, scored against Brentford earlier this season. Morshey, who could well have left the club by now, he's currently on the transfer list, showing that his heart's still in the club until he finds another club. Heading the ball into the back of the net, but all the hard work was done by Evans. Beautiful cross. And here's Evans now. The linesman's flag is up, play on. Curran, Williams, Simpson. Plays a 1-2 with Barlow. Here's Evans now, he's got Illman, if he can find him. Evans crosses low, comes off Marvin Johnson, straight to Williams. This is Paul Williams. Williams, a disappointing cross. But Argyle now, after being made second-rate visitors for a lot of this game, having to admire Luton's player, finally showing Luton that they can play a bit of football themselves. And the rain may be lashing down, but things have certainly brightened up now at Owen Park. Barlow, Simpson. Heathcote. Contest for Williams, which he does. Oh dear, disappointing that Martin Barlow couldn't receive the ball. He would have been in a good position. Grobbler again coming out. For a minute I thought that ball was about to hit our cameraman and wreak thousands of pounds worth of damage. Luckily the fans behind, in front of us, saved us. And the fans now taking a bit of credit. This is Douglas, keeps the ball in play, does he? Straight to James. James, I was about to credit him with some very nice statement about him, but I won't bother just yet. Thomas. So Mitchell Thomas needlessly plays the ball out of play. We've got 10 minutes left of this first half. It's Plymouth 1, Luton 1. Grobbler will have to form an Argyle attack here. Waddock. And Grobbler now, like a limpid Christie, manages to rush across the other side of the goal. Billy. A long ball, hopeful ball. Illman fouled, free kick Argyle. Neil Illman was the first player to put the ball down on the ground, perhaps it like a crack at goal. He's obviously been persuaded to get into the pick of the action, joins the wall. Argyle have Simpson and Barlow standing over the ball. Perhaps they're going to find one of their central defenders. Both Simpson has both Heathcote, James and Evans to aim for. Barlow, Evans. Can Illman keep the ball in play? The answer is no. Well, it's a set-piece move that Argyle try so often. They scored more than once last season from that similar move. Obviously trying to make it a hat-trick of goals from that type of position. But this time too much pace on the ball and Illman was never going to reach it. Heathcote had to get the ball to Grobbelaar, which he did. Grobbelaar forward. Well, as a head injury to Chris Curran, the trainer immediately has to come on and play is stopped. Argyle's past record against Luton is excellent. They've 17 wins and 5 draws in their previous 26 home matches against the Hatters. Luton haven't won at home park since September 1969 when they came away with a 3-1 win, and Argyle's biggest win over Luton was a 6-1 win during the 3rd Division Championship season of 1929-1930, a few years back. And although it's practically 20 years since Argyle and Luton have met in the league, I remember Argyle beating Luton 5-4 in aggregate in the second round of the Coca-Cola Cup 4 years ago. The first game at Kenilworth Road was 2-2. In the second leg, Argyle won by 3 goals to 2, and I remember a beautiful goal that evening from Gary Poole when he just curled the ball into the top corner of the net. Great memories. That free kick is not a great memory and is immediately going to be forgotten by every single member of the crowd. Curran, thankfully, is all right. Heathcote. Ian Fuhr had to get to that in the highest clearance of the week. James can't touch it. Heathcote can, but it will go straight to Douglas. Douglas out wide to Mitchell Thomas, the number 3. Thomas. Thorpe. Well played, Heathcote. Can Argyle keep possession? No, they can't. Wonderful flick there by Alexander. Here's Barlow. Again, too much pace on the ball. The conditions not helping Barlow in that particular case. Showler. Hughes running at defence. Drills it in. And Stuart Douglas will want to get that as soon as possible. He had so much time to make Bruce Grobbelaar earn his money. As the old saying goes, you've got to hit a target from that angle. Stuart Douglas, a very vain attempt. Evans walks away in disgust. Give that free kick away. But then again, it's not for the first time this afternoon. Both sides have been guilty of this, wasting a possible good attack. Morget. Marvin Johnson has to kick the ball into touch. Barlow was desperate to get a play underway as soon as possible. Here's James. Evans. The first time to Michael Simpson. His loan spell expires at the end of today's game from Notts County. I know Neil Warnock wants to make his move permanent, but Simpson won't become a full-time member of staff until a bit of money's found. I know Corrison's been put on the transfer list this week to earn some money. But Michael Simpson, in the month he's been here, has certainly showed that he can play a bit. And has added a nice dimension into the Argyle midfield. Heathcote. Chris Curran will get the ball as far forward as possible. Morget, the goal scorer. Came off Illman. Davis has a second chance. A wild pass there from Schauler. A test for Thomas. And then Chris Billy, showing his enthusiasm with a wild tackle, will deserve to be talked to by the referee, but nothing more. He was certainly going for the ball. And once again, the rain starts lashing down. It's a bit wide, but Graham Alexander hoping to get the ball into play, but doesn't. So Bruce Grobbelaar, who would have played a few games against Luton Town in his time at Liverpool. Morget to Evans. Evans, a low ball. Morget showing a lot of determination. A fair challenge. And Tony Thorpe's offside. We've got about a minute left, plus any stoppage time that the referee wishes to add on. And the first half has improved as it's progressed for Argyle. Morget. Paul Williams. Illman. Heathcote. Finally controls the ball rather nicely, but then loses possession. Well, I don't know what Heathcote was doing, a bit of ballet dancing or something. Curran forward to Barlow. Gary Waddock, the experienced man, with a foul. Heathcote will pump the ball forward. Too far forward perhaps, but the ball's still in the danger area. Barlow. Schauler heads the ball back to his teammate Mitchell Thomas. Thomas easily past Martin Barlow with a rather hopeless challenge. And suddenly there's strength in numbers here. Hughes appeals for handball, rather vain appeals as well. Curran. And disgusted with himself with Steve Davis. Steve Davis just had spells at Southampton, Notts County and Burnley. I'm sure in all his time at those clubs he's never had a worse pass than that. We're in injury time now. The longest stoppage involves the man who's about to touch the ball here. Not Mikiko, but Chris Curran. He had a head injury which required some attention, but apart from that I can't think of too many stoppages. Curran forward. Evans. It's another throw in for Argyle. Can they score at the perfect time, just before half-time? Illman. Illman manages to get the ball into the area, but not very far. Tony James. Simpson. Well, after a pretty disastrous start to the game when Luton scored in the first 10 minutes, Argyle have gradually got more and more into this game. And after wonderful work by Michael Evans, Ronnie Morget equalised for the Pilgrims, deservedly so after 32 minutes. There's still a lot of talking for Neil Warnock to do at half-time, but as they go off, for a welcome cup of tea. It's Plymouth Argyle 1, Luton Town 1. So the two teams are about to get underway again. And Luton faring much better this season than last season. They were 24th in Division 1 and relegated. Although former Argyle player Dwight Marshall, alongside with Boncho Gwenchev, top scored for the club with 9 goals. And I know if Marshall had played today, he would have been given a great reception from the Owen Park faithful. One of Argyle's most exciting players of recent times, especially during the dark periods of relegation. I think it was Tony Thorpe who gave Luton the lead. Ronnie Morget equalising with a well-worked goal on 32 minutes. I wonder who's going to be on top in the second half. We're all square at the moment. An early test for Bruce Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar gets a lot of distance on that. So ironic cheers from the home park fans. Davis. A massive clearance, finds Douglas. Well, to everybody in the ground it seems so, apart from one man, the referee. Gives a free throw into the Hatters. Very exciting, isn't it? Simpson forward. Neil Illman onside. Lays the ball off to Ronnie Morget. Morget, Illman. Illman almost turned spectacularly, still got the ball. Illman tries to find Evans, only finds Marvin Johnson. It's taken almost 2 minutes for either side to apply any sort of pressure. And thankfully for the Pilgrim, it's them who's doing it. Williams. Williams headed away by Thomas. Thomas to James. James though straight to Williams, but Williams' first touch wasn't good. Alexander can clear it. Curran could have got the ball back into the danger area, but didn't. And here's Paul Schowler. Thomas to Thorpe. James away. Thomas again. Kerry Hughes. Argyle free kick. Too many arms being waved around for the referee's liking. Flicked on by Evans. Mulshay already scored once this afternoon. Barlow only half cleared. Williams is in there. Pulls the ball back. Illman now facing the Luton goal. Illman crosses it in. Michael Evans almost in there. But Mitchell Thomas did some good covering back. And Argyle have earned their 4th corner of the game. Neil Illman wearing the number 9 shirt, going to curl this ball into the penalty area. Well, I'm not Mystic Meg, am I? Because he did exactly the opposite and far too much power on it, not enough height. And a dangerous situation is avoided. Alexander. Curran got a foot to it. Simpson, nice ball there to Tony James. Tony James ruins the nice skill with a very poor pass, aiming for Billy, find a Luton player instead. Here's Thomas. James. Here's Kerry Hughes, one of Luton's better players. Promptly loses possession. Evans. Waddock. Julian James. Can Thorpe keep possession for Luton Town? It looks like he can until McKeithcote comes in with a very firm challenge. Losing possession's Alexander. Evans. Davis, a poor ball. This game's at a delicate position at the moment. One mistake could turn the game. And the fans are quieting down for now. They need something to warm themselves up. Perhaps Argyle can provide that spark at this very moment. Well, Billy has his arms outstretched, wants the ball, but a very, very poor pass yet again from Curran. James, much better play. Douglas and James in combat. Thomas. Paul Schowler. Thomas is trying to support his colleague. Instead, Schowler gets the ball into the penalty area. Vital clearance there by Williams. He was pushed in the back. Free kick. And a bit of dissent here that the referee's liking. Absolutely needless booking here. Well, we had a booking in the first half, Tony James, and now Alexander's about to join him in the book for dissent. Obviously, disagree with that decision strongly, but no excuse for the dissent that was shown. Lenny Lawrence won't be a happy man. Robala. Poor clearance. Thomas finally earns possession, bit of space. Mitchell Thomas. Schowler. Thomas. Thorpe. Thorpe against Heathcote. Heathcote has much more strength than his Luton player. Barlow. Evans didn't expect the pass. Morget now. Onside, Michael Evans. Just too much play on the ball. Luton angry that the offside decision wasn't given, but Neil Illman was coming back towards the halfway line, wasn't interfering with play. Luton players were a bit asleep, allowed Evans to go through, and there would have been a bit more hold on the ball, not so much pace on the pitch, then perhaps Could have had a one-on-one situation. Instead, it's Chris Billy. Barlow turns his player well. Barlow's cross. Vital header away. Another corner kick. So the atmosphere is a bit better now. 8 minutes, or 8.5 minutes to be precise to this. Second half, it's Plymouth 1, Luton 1, Martin Barlow with a corner kick. Searching for James. Steve Davis is uncomfortable to say the least, has to concede yet another corner. Neil Illman and Chris Billy having a bit of discussion. Illman's going to take it. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Illman with his left foot. Ian Fuhr looks uncomfortable already and the ball's not even in the penalty area. Illman. It's a different corner routine. Billy. Schowler misses it completely. And Illman happy to leave the ball for another throw-in. Billy to Barlow. Goal kick. Stuart Douglas. His jewellery took a bit of a battering there. Nice necklace. Schowler and Hughes in combination. Stopped in their tracks. I think we've got a bit of an injury here to Chris Billy. And the trainer is required. Very familiar position now for Chris Billy. It wasn't for a long time, but he's settled in well to this new right-back role as we wait for Mark Patterson to return to the side. I'm just thinking it can't be long before Patterson, one of Argyle's most consistent performers, gets back into the side and will be a welcome addition to the squad. Billy, who primarily is a winger, of course, deserves a lot of praise for fitting into this foreign position, which, to be honest, it is, and showing some accomplished performances, as well as getting forward a lot. Well, Curran showing all signs of shirt pulling. I think Curran claiming that his clash with Thorpe was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but from the angle I looked at, it looked like Curran was more guilty than Tony Thorpe, the number 10. Well, Schowler, quite a distance back. Perhaps he wants to crack at it. So see Hughes and Waddock over the ball. Be interesting to see how Luton deal with this. Illman being told to keep back. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Paul Schowler. Comes off Barlow. Heathcote. The foot was high from Morget, but Hughes is brave enough or sensible enough to carry on with things. Barlow, brilliant play on that wing. Simpson. failed to find Evans. Well played Martin Barlow, a lot of skill there and a lot of pace. Kept possession well. Alexander's ball doesn't reach its intended target, but Alexander has a second bite of the cherry. Williams, for such a little man, showing a lot of strength. Free kick to Plymouth. It's been a competitive game. Illman, a nice layoff to Michael Evans. Evans, through ball, Paul Williams, saved by the keeper, but it's all irrelevant because the flag is up. But Argyle showing that they can play football themselves. Paul Williams was through and only just offside. Thorpe. Wasted by Luton. Just to remind you that if Argyle want to make a substitution, they've got Chris Lebitter, a midfielder, Lee Phillips, a young striker, or Jason Rowbottom, who's a defender, to come onto the pitch. Whilst Luton have two internationals, Boncho Genchev and Kim Grant on their bench. Paul McLaren makes up the numbers. Evans. Illman managed to get a flick to that. Pumped away by Kerry Hughes. Shala failing to keep the ball in play. Nicky Heathcote. Number 5, pull forward. Heathcote didn't want that ball. He gets it. Heathcote, onside, Ronnie Morget. But again, there's too much pace on the ball, not helped by the conditions. The water making conditions very unique, to say the least. We played 15 minutes. It's Plymouth 1, Luton 1. And Ian Fiore joined the club in 1995 from West Ham United. Must be highly rated because of a fee up to £580,000 depending on appearance. Could be paid to West Ham by the time he leaves the club. Tony Thorpe. Still Thorpe. This is an excellent run by Luton's number 10. But it's also excellent defending by Chris Curran. Curran and Thorpe having a bit of a handbag fight. Temper's just a little bit, trying to overflow a bit. We don't want that. The referee sensibly having a word with both players involved. Come on, ladies, let's get on with things. Well, Alexander's having a chat with the linesman for some reason. I'm sure it's not asking whether he wants a pint, but Alexander with a corner kick. Headed away by Morget. Illman wanted a free throw in, didn't get it. Well, took a right old whack in the face there. Paul Williams. And even I felt that. Fair dues, it might be Ronnie Morget rather than Williams, sorry. But Morget is one of the toughest players in the Argyle side, if not the whole Football League. And it's going to take more than that to get the Warrior down and out, especially when he's already scored. He'll be on a high at the moment. Another corner kick to Luton. Well, this game's like a yo-yo. 1 minute it's Plymouth on top, the next it's Luton. And so far, there's been a number of corners in this game, but neither side has taken full advantage. Perhaps going to be a made to eat my words. Alexander's corner for Luton. Grobbelaar in no man's land. Williams has to clear it. Barlow. What a wonderful ball to Simpson. Simpson has Williams running ahead of him. Well, he took a deflection, almost found Williams. Can the goalkeeper pick it up? Argyle claiming it was a back pass. Shadow got the merest of flicks of that. Simpson will be disappointed that he didn't pick out an Argyle player on a very promising break. James. So the goalkeeper Ian Fleur, player of the year in 1995-96 season. Had a loan spell at Peterborough, but never ever played for West Ham. Perhaps in time he's going to prove Billy Bonds and Harry Redknapp wrong. Chris Curran looks uncomfortable. He leaves it. This is Tony Thorpe, and Tony Thorpe manages to put the ball into the back of the net. Scores his second goal of the day. It was a mistake by Curran. Tony Thorpe managed to get round Bruce Gobble and tuck the ball into the back of the net. Disaster for Argyle, 19 minutes into the second half. Plymouth 1, Luton 2. And Tony Thorpe, who's just signed a new contract, showing why they rate him so highly. He's caused Argyle all sorts of problems this afternoon, and showing again why he's such a popular figure amongst the Luton fans. Just when Argyle had a couple of attacks of their own, Luton with a killer punch. And now it's the Luton fans making a bit of noise. Such a long and uncomfortable journey might seem worthwhile after all. Evans. Argyle now with all the work to do. Barlow. Wonderful play by Barlow. Simpson to Evans. Barlow's got the ball back. The linesman's flag is up. And that, to say the least, looks a poor decision. It's always hard for the linesman when the ball's placed so close to him, but he chose to put his flag up. And not surprisingly, Neil Warnock is furious for that decision. Barlow. And not for the first time in his career, Neil Warnock's going to be spoken to by the referee. Shades of Colchester. I doubt if he'll be made to go into the crowd again. Neil Warnock, like a school child, being told to sit down. Well, at least Alan Wiley, who's a police officer, didn't arrest Warnock, but the next worst thing, being told to shut up. It's not in Warnock's style, is it? Throw into Plymouth. Tony James. Neil Illman had a stab at it, just missed out. That could have gone anywhere. Paul Williams. Simpson. Neil Illman. Can he turn? He can. He falls to the ground yet again. No chance of a penalty being given that time. Curran. Well, we're approaching bonfire night. Can Argyle, and the strikers in particular, provide the fireworks to light up this game? Away by Mitchell Thomas. For now, the game just a bit quieter than we've seen so far today. Tony James with this throw-in. Argyle need to liven proceedings up, and they need to do it quickly. Illman. Well, that was a foul for all the world. Illman has climbed all over, a bit of a sandwich. Tony James going to pump the ball into the area. My favourite word today, isn't it? Corner to Argyle. Well, Argyle have shown today what they can do, creating a lovely goal for Ronnie Morget. Can they score something from here? Illman. And the ball cleared off the line, is it? It doesn't matter because Ian Fiore was said to have been fouled by the referee. And we have a controversial moment here at home park. And I'm just wondering whether a hand was used. It's anybody's guess, but it's possible that Mitchell Thomas used his hand to stop the ball from going into the back of the net, and if he did, then he's off. It's a red card. Mitchell Thomas sent off, and Argyle must have a penalty kick. It's a penalty to Plymouth Argyle. The ball was going into the back of the net before Mitchell Thomas stopped it from doing so by using his hand. And Michael Evans has a chance to score for the third successive game. We've played 25 minutes of the second half. It's Michael Evans. Plymouth Argyle have equalised yet again. And Michael Evans scores his 5th goal of the season. And what a game we now have on our hands. Michael Evans, who's come to life in these last few games, benefiting from a foul by Mitchell Thomas. Thomas is off, Evans has scored. And as I just said, we have a wonderful game on our hands and an exciting last 20 minutes. Mitchell Thomas will want to forget this game. He's had happier memories, including a 1987 Cup final appearance. But the fact remains he's been sent off for a handball, stopping the ball from going into the back of the net. It was hard to tell from here. But Luton now in deep trouble. It certainly took a long time for the Argyle fans to cotton on to the fact that a foul had been committed. At one stage it looked like Ian Fiore had been climbed all over and a free kick would be awarded in his benefit. Argyle now very much on fire. This is Williams. He has support in the form of Morget. Williams shoots. Okay, it's time for a substitution. Stuart Douglas, who's worked his socks off this afternoon, is about to be pulled off. And Kim Grant, signed from Charleston in March 1996 for £250,000. He's been selected for the Ghanaian national squad of late. He's been a member of both the African nations and the World Cup squad. And he's been about to be brought on to add a bit of defensive cover. They have 10 men. I think they want to bring on Buncho Genchev any moment. They're going to have to be made to wait to do that. Kim Grant takes the position up front. He looks like he's going to be the lone striker. Tony Forbes pulled back to a more midfield position. Evans. It's another corner. And suddenly this game has a whole new light. It looked like it was going to end up disastrously when Luton went 2-1 up, but now it's 2-2. Luton have 10 men, and Argyle are very much in the ascendancy. Martin Barlow with his corner kick. Headed away by Hughes. Simpson. Simpson, round Thorpe with ease. It's a wonderful cross. It was a great header there by Davis. Barlow. Evans. Evans shoots! That's an amazing goal from Michael Evans. And in the space of 4 minutes, this game has changed completely. When Michael Evans shot, that ball was only going into one place, and that was the back of the net. And as Mitchell Thomas was sent off a few minutes ago, it's changed this game completely. And Michael Evans, who can't seem to do anything wrong at the moment, scores his 4th goal in just 3 games. And that was a wonder strike into the corner of the net, gave Ian Fiore absolutely no chance. Well, Luton, the form team in the 2nd division. They've had some good spells, but now it's Argyle, and even more Argyle. It's another substitution. Looks like Paul Shaul is about to come off. And Buncho Genchev, the Bulgarian international player who's played in the 1994 World Cup, released by Ipswich in 1995, a very experienced campaigner, obviously has a lot of talent, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's got a quarter of an hour to rectify things now. Here's Thorpe. Corner kick to Luton, their 9th of the game. This has certainly been one of the most exciting games at home park. It's not been the standard performance Argyle produced against Gillingham, but they're in the front, and that's all that matters. Away by Heathcote. Hughes. Deflected. Corner number 10. And it's nice to see that Argyle, who've found goals so hard to come by this season, are suddenly hitting the back of the net with a bit more regularity. 1 against Burnley, 2 against Gillingham, 3 against Luton. But the game's far from over. That was Davis who got his head to it. Goal kick to Argyle. And you just wonder why we can't have more games like this at home park. 0-0 draws are becoming about as commonplace as people eating pasties at home park. Well, Lenny Lawrence dancing around the touchline. The Argyle fans don't like that. It's a manager's nightmare, a game like this. The game can turn in the matter of a few seconds. Well, Lenny Lawrence has tasted success at Charlton, at Middlesbrough. He faced a disappointment of relegation last season, wants to get up first time. And Luton have won a number of games lately, shocked Wimbledon and Derby in the Coca-Cola Cup. Are suddenly 3 goals to 2 down. And the game turns in the 25th minute where Mitchell Thomas was sent off. 25th minute of the second half. When Norman Medhurst talking to Chris Billy, the referee will not like that. But it's all changed thanks to the sending of Mitchell Thomas, thankfully for Argyle at least. Without that sending off, then, well, perhaps the ball would have gone into the back of the net anyhow, but Luton looking very, very in odd sorts. 10 men not suiting them, they're finding it very hard to get together tactically. And mentally as well, they seem in trouble. That's Kim Grant. Waddock. One for Heathcote to deal with. The ball falls kindly. Grobbler away after a back pass by Paul Williams. It's all happening now. You have to stress this game's far from over. Anything could happen, as has been shown. It was going nowhere for Argyle until that dramatic moment in the penalty area when Thomas was sent off. Suddenly, this game can be so fickle, can't it? Argyle fans were despondent a few moments ago. Now they're on top of the world. Even the Mayflower terraces are singing along. Even the grandstand are singing. That's how excited they are. And this is how we like to see our football. Lots of guts and determination and lots of goals. We haven't said that too many times at home park for Luton. Illman scored his first goal on Tuesday night. Well, he's been bruised and battered all night. Luton giving him absolutely no peace and quiet. And for once the referee acknowledging this and giving him a free kick. Neil Illman. Morget would have got ahead to it until James did. With 11 minutes to go. Plymouth 3, Luton 2. A goal feast at home park. Barlow. The ball went out of play, I think. And every second counting now for Argyle. It's going to seem like an eternity for Neil Warnock. Michael Evans is onside. Try to pick out Illman. Simpson does a better job of it. Illman. Chris Billy. Illman fouling Bruncho Genchev. Lenny Lawrence absolutely furious. And I think he was influenced by Lenny Lawrence a little bit, but Alan Wiley's about to give Chris Billy a booking. And a sarcastic round of applause from Neil Warnock. Well, Neil Warnock dancing around. I think he wants to bring on a substitute. The referee not allowing him to do so. Flicked on by Genchev, away by James. It's a big test for Argyle now. Well, now tempers flaring. The fireworks have been provided on the pitch. But a defensive cover about to be made now. Chris Billy, perhaps he took a knock. Comes off to a deserved round of applause, and Jason Rowbottom will come on. Rowbottom on in his second spell at the club. A more traditional fullback than Billy. And he'll be hoping to keep the ship a bit more stable for the last 9 minutes. Rowbottom immediately in the thick of the action. Kim Grant manages to keep possession until his number 14 counterpart kicks the ball out of field. Kerry Hughes gave that ball a right old whack. Not a game for the faint-hearted. Headed away by Heathcote. This is Thorpe. Morget though, typifying the determination of the side today. And then what a wonderful ball out left to Neil Illman. Paul Williams is in there desperate for the ball. Here is Paul Williams. Well, looks to be deceiving. A very poor pass in the end from Illman. But we can forgive him just this once. Heathcote. Well, again, the offside flag is up. It's been a very annoying habit of the linesman this afternoon. Not that it's not been justified, it's just no one likes to see the flag being raised in such a consistent level. Forward. Straight to Mickey Heathcote. Davis heads it back. Morget. Morget, ball to no man's land. Ian Fuel can deal with it comfortably. 7 minutes to go. Kim Grant. Tony Thorpe. McKeithcote. McKeithcote has to give the ball away, and now Luton into double figures. The 11th corner when it comes to corners. They haven't done too much so far, but such is the typical nature of football, then anything can happen. Absolutely appalling weather, but it's been a very attractive game. Argyle more than playing their part. And Luton, who've lost just once in 11 games, have 6 minutes to keep their proud record going on. Heathcote away. Gunchev. The ball played into the area. Chris Curran wouldn't have known anything about that. And I think we're about to see 5 or 6 minutes of non-stop Luton pressure. It's a big test for Argyle's defence. They've not let Neil Warnock down lately. The corner swung in. And Grobbelaar, for a moment, looked like it was going to cause a few heartaches in the Argyle fans' chests, but he didn't let them down, caught it, and Argyle can bite up a few vital seconds. Well, already the whistle's being blown by the Argyle fans, wanting the full-time whistle to go. It's a bit premature. And still Luton trying to sort out their tactics. If any more games were like this. And with Argyle, of course, coming out on top. James. Grobbelaar. Anywhere will do, as long as it doesn't end up in the Argyle net. Kim Grant, only half away. Kim Grant gets a second bite of the cherry, crosses it in, and it's into the back of the net. Tony Thorpe, the goal scorer. It's Tony Thorpe's day. And we thought this amazing game wasn't over. It certainly isn't the case. The 10 men of Luton have come back dramatically to put it back to 3-3. And Tony Thorpe is going to be the talk of Luton. He can do no wrong this afternoon. Grobbelaar, for the second time, inches away from tipping the ball away, but he got a hand to it, but it meant nothing. 4 minutes from time, Tony Thorpe. Plymouth Argyle 3, Luton Town 3. And suddenly the atmosphere, not for the first time this afternoon, has changed. Well, we're not going to count our chickens. This game still could produce a shock. Well, Evans. Be a big disappointment if Argyle don't hold on. Luton against the odds. Admittedly, they've had a lot of pressure for the last 5-10 minutes. Some will say they deserve that goal, especially considering they've only got 10 men. James. Well, when you're a form side, you always need a bit of luck. Whenever teams would lose by the odd goal, a lucky bounce or deflection can always help you. And when you're top of the league, these things always seem to happen. Luton are getting the luck at the moment. This is Kerry Hughes. And now a bit of a flare-up occurring. Hughes and Simpson involved. Simpson wisely walking away. And now the linesman and referee having a word. The linesman or referee's assistant, should I say, would have had a better view. And Kerry Hughes, who reacted rather harshly to that. This is the second time Simpson and Hughes have been called to the referee for a word. You think they've learnt that lesson by now? Morget. And yet another flare up, this time Rowbottom involved. Simpson up making a case to the referee. Understandable with a game that swayed all the emotions possible. I think it's Rowbottom's challenge that caused the problems. But when, in the last few minutes, you want to be pressing the Luton defence, not getting involved in needless challenges and needless scuffles. Well, it looks like Rowbottom's going to be punished for his part in that incident. Yellow card. Well, if Luton come out of this game with a draw, they're going to have to thank Tony Thorpe. He's been a real hero this afternoon. A yellow card to the goalkeeper now, Ian Thure. Argyle want to make a substitution. I don't know if the referee's going to allow them to do it. All sorts going on. It's hard to keep up with the matters, but Neil Illman, who's run his socks off, is going to come off. And Lee Phillips, who on Tuesday night made history by becoming the youngest player to represent Argyle at just the age of 16, has precisely no minutes. We're in injury time to make a name for himself. He was given the briefest of introductions on Tuesday. He got a head to that. And it would be an incredible story if Phillips could now get his name to the bench. Well, this time Julian James was absolutely furious, and if it wasn't for the Luton player Kerry Hughes calming down Julian James, then James would surely have been sent off. He had his arm raised, he was going to lash out at Morget, and only the attentions of Kerry Hughes is showing what a mature player he is by calming him down. This is the third flare up in as many minutes. Morget's challenge. Julian James reacting very angrily. Morget's going to be booked. And I wonder why Julian James hasn't at least spoken to the referee. His reaction was more than angry. Well, surely we've got some more stoppage time to play. Well, Ronnie Morget's going to be substituted now. I wonder if it's because of that last incident. Ronnie Morget's going to come off, and Chris Ledbetter, returning from injury, is coming on. Two substitutions in injury time. Ronnie Morget, started Argyle's arrival with the first goal of the Argyle's game, comes off. So the goal scorer, Ronnie Morget, substituted, and Chris Ledbetter comes on. And surely there's going to be a bit more stoppage time because of the amount of time we've had for bookings and flare-ups and injuries. Barlow. Phillips. Grobbelaar wants to get on with things as quickly as possible. Well, the final whistle goes. Frustrating for Argyle. They were 4 minutes away from victory. But the Argyle fans will remember a brilliant game of football. Luton took an early lead before Argyle hit back through Ronnie Morget, 1-1 at half-time. Tony the Fort then punished Argyle's defence to put Luton back in front, but then Mitchell Thomas's sending off turned things completely. Michael Evans scored from the resultant penalty after Thomas had been sent off. Evans then scored his second and Argyle's third goal of the game with a brilliant strike into the back of the net. And just as it looked like Argyle were going to hold on for victory, Tony Thorpe hit back. And as the players go off at full-time, in what's been the most memorable game of the season at Home Park, it's finished Plymouth Argyle 3, Luton Town 3.